Good morning.
Good morning.
Someone once said we are all like stained glass. In a dark room, our beauty cannot be seen. But when God's light shines from within us, our beauty can be seen by everyone. Moses' face was shining because he was in the presence of God. We cannot encounter God and not be changed in some way. Although our physical appearance may not change, something inside us will. The Israelites, including Moses' brother Aaron, were shocked and overwhelmed by Moses' face. Moses covers his face with a veil because the Israelites were not ready to be in the presence of God. Do we put a veil on thinking we are not ready to be in the presence of God? Do we try to hide God's presence in our life? Are we in the dark, or does God's light shine through us, revealing our inner beauty? As many of y'all are familiar with, I have traveled to the mission trip at Salkehatchie for the past 4 years. Some people go because they want to help people, some because their friends go, others go because their parents force them. Whatever their reasoning, we're all brought together for a week and consumed by the presence of God. About 7 teenagers and 2 adults are in a house and expected to perform miracles in 5 days. Reshingle the roof, cool seal, replace walls, install insulation, repair holes in the floors, build sturdy stairs, and still find the time to paint the inside and outside of the house. Somehow, it is almost all accomplished. However, last year, our 3rd year at Salkehatchie, our finished home didn't end as planned. We were fixing the roof on Mrs. Smith's home on our last day when the sky filled with clouds. We rushed and covered the roof with tarps before slipping away the lunch. But when we returned, we found the pouring rain had seeped between the tarps, through the sheetrock, drenching the insulation and into the electrical. Light bulbs were filled with water, and parts of the ceiling had begun to cave in. The floor was covered in puddles, and nothing in Mrs. Smith's home was dry. That day, I couldn't see God's light. It was our last day of work, and we loved the house 20 times worse than when we got there. We spent Saturday, when we were supposed to be coming home, fixing the remainder of the roof. We had to leave the inside of Mrs. Smith's home in ruins. I felt horrible knowing I was leaving this kind lady to return to my 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, air-conditioned, dry home. Expecting Mrs. Smith to be in tears at the devastation of our home, I avoided her all day. I saw her right before we left, and I was right. She was crying. She was so grateful that I would spend a week of our precious summer trying to help her. She told me we were angels, and I knew she was crazy. I understand now she saw God's light in us. That dark, rainy day was the last time her roof would leak. Mrs. Smith knew when those clouds moved, God's light was still there shining behind those clouds. A few weeks later, a group returned to make her home livable. The next year, Salkehatchie was sent a group back to fix the inside of her house. When we returned the next year, her yard was cleaned, the inside of her home was maintained to the best of her ability, and her house was dry. Mrs. Smith changed because she saw God in us. In a dark and gloomy moment, she still knew God's light was still shining. The clouds covered God's light the same way Moses covered his face with a veil. God's light is always shining. It just depends if we let that light be seen. When Moses came down from Mount Sinai, he was ready to share God's covenants with the Israelites. Although when we are in God's presence, our face doesn't shine a bright color, but the light comes from within us. Our physical appearance stays the same. We don't put a veil over our face. But what does block us from God? What stops us from spreading God's word and showing others his presence in us? Do you try to hide God in your life? Can you think of a time when you changed because you found yourself in God's presence? An experience for me when I encountered God's presence was once again at Salkehatchie. This time, I changed too. Returning to the same camp every year, seeing someone I didn't know was rare. Then I saw a small, skinny, short, brown-haired girl I'd never seen before. With her shoulders shrugged and her head held low. And being a friendly person, I said, "Hey, I'm Shelly, what's your name?" Her response was a short, "Whitney," and she kept walking. So you would take the time to stop and look up. My immediate reaction was thinking like Stephanie Tanner on Full House. How rude. During free time, I found her sitting alone, and I decided to try again. I invited her to ride with us to tour the homes and hang out with my group and my friends. Whitney slowly began to talk and spent the entire week performing manual labor. She helped put up walls, paint, but she had also written a song on the guitar, knew everyone at camp, had gained a couple of pounds from the delicious fried chicken, had a new boyfriend, never stopped talking, and she had recommitted her life to Christ. Whitney had hid her face with a veil. This girl wasn't rude. She was shy and uncomfortable being around people she didn't know. She was unconfident and needed a friend. Whitney changed that week because she saw the presence of God on her work site. She became comfortable with herself when she became comfortable with God. Throughout the week, each person had a prayer card that someone else was supposed to write something on each day. At the end of the week, we got those prayer cards back. I meant to bring mine, and I thought off my car, but it's at my house somewhere. But most responses said, "Be safe, I pray you have a good week," or "I'm glad I got to know you," or something general like that. When I turned mine over, I saw a message from Whitney. It said, "Shelly, you're the first person that I did not know that talks to me. Hope you get over being sick, and hope you have a good week. You're a cool girl, Whitney." Now that message might sound simple to you, but underneath, Whitney drew a picture. It was 3 crosses on a hill. And the cross in the middle had a light shining down from it through the clouds. That picture makes so much to me. Whitney's face shone with the light those last few days of camp that I got to see. Through Whitney, God changed me. It made me reflect on myself. I have judged this girl, wrongly to say the least. I thought she was rude and unfriendly, but she was really just scared and shy. I now strive not to judge people. I want others to see God's light in me. Whitney owed me no thank you for talking to her that day. I should be the one thanking Whitney. The message here is when we leave out of this church today and go back out into the world. It is just like Moses coming down from Mount Sinai, spreading God's word. As we leave this place in God's presence, does God's light still shine from you? How can we remove our veil? It starts with spreading God's word. Share with others your love for Christ. We don't have to help fix a home for others to see His light in us. Give a helping hand. Lift others up. Be friendly. Smile and sing. Reach out to those you may never talk to. Let God's light shine from in you. Let others see God's presence in your life. Thanks be to God.
Amen.